But I know the DJ.
Do you?
Welcome to episode 41 of But I Know the DJ, the original New England podcast discussing all things DJing, music, nightlife, business, and pop culture through the unfiltered opinions of host Snacks.
Give me snacks, baby.
AKA Curtis Snacks, empowered by Dope Entertainment. And that's right, episode 41. We've taken over a 6-month break from the podcast as things start to take over. We all got busy, thank God, which is a great thing. We spent so much time talking about how busy we weren't, but we got busy. And we are excited to be back due to tons of support and demand. A huge thank you to our listeners that have grinded this out with us. Dope Entertainment had built this completely new studio. We come back with a completely new rebrand. Shout out Catherine as well. A new show format with 2 new co-hosts. In the past, our show has been very guest heavy, but I want to stick to good conversations and topics about what's currently going on in our space and industry, and who better than the newest additions to But I Know the DJ podcast. First, you know him, you love him, I hate him. He is highly influential in the entertainment scene in New England for over a decade. Respected by the new and the old school. DJ, producer, FINGAZ is very knowledgeable, heavily opinionated when it comes to everything entertainment. We welcome FINGAZ in the building.
Yes, sir.
Next, we have DJ CAMMMY V, resident and booking director at Game On Fenway. CAMMMY has proven himself to be one of the most skilled and versatile DJs in the city. Joins us as well. Welcome the newest co-hosts, FINGAZ and CAMMMY V. Let's go. Clap it up,
Let's go, boys.
We're back. Ah! 6 months.
I hate you too, by the way.
Hey, it's going to be beautiful. I'm happy to have you guys. I'm happy to be back. And I think you guys have already seen, as we teased coming back, like there's people that are pretty ready and that like wanted this. I mean, I think, if whether you're in Boston or outside of Boston, you know that conversations just constantly happening on social media. People always have an opinion, always have something to say.
That's for sure.
And it hasn't stopped, right? The podcast has stopped, but the conversations definitely haven't stopped. And I think we can just dive right into something that happened, that was a conversation that had popped up last week that I shared into our group chat, being like, yo, this is something we got to talk about. It was a Facebook post by DJ Dutch, local DJ as well, and he was pretty much asking his network of opinions on downtown club scene, specifically in Boston. Mentioned specific clubs, but we don't have to name them specifically. But the downtown club scene that I think we can generalize it there. I think it's not necessarily exactly the same in every other market. We can say New York, Chicago, Miami, LA, just to name a few. But I think in terms of what goes into downtown club culture remains the same across all those markets. In those comments, just kind of filling everyone else and listening, a lot of the common answers that I saw in terms of what people thought about downtown club culture included exclusive, dry, doesn't cater to the urban community, specifically the Caribbean and Afrobeat community, African community. Those were some of the most consistent things I saw. A few of us, I know me and FINGAZ, when we're in the comments kind of trying to explain why things are the way they are. But I would love to kind of open the floor and to kind of start informing people in a larger, more open format of why downtown club culture is the way it is and what can maybe change in the future.
Well, I feel like there is a disconnect with people as far as like the urban community, because there isn't that much longevity in like the Afro Nights and the reggae nights. It's either, we've had a lot of promoters that attempt it. I love it. I want to play Afro all night. Yeah. I want to play reggae all night. It's where I came. It's
Yep.
That's when I came up playing a lot.
Yep.
But there's been a lot of if it's not promotional crews breaking up due to internal beef or what so you have you, or things happen where things pop off on a consistent basis where there's fights or there's shootings or things like that, and I don't want to throw that on there, but it's the truth of why a lot of these spots, or a lot of those nights that were going on stopped. You know, we can't hide away from that truth. And one thing that I saw that Cisco had mentioned is we got to learn how to behave ourselves. We got to learn how to, you know, understand that there's already, like, when we do have those nights, there's already an expectations of what's gonna happen. You know, we're in the Commonwealth of Boston, so they don't play that shit.
To retreat a little bit, Cammy, I would love for you to kind of define what, for those who don't know, what downtown club culture currently looks like. What's the current state of that?
No, definitely. So I think aside from what FINGAZ is saying here too, I feel like downtown is such a melting pot right now. And to even have like these one theme nights, I feel like it's so difficult to really just hone in on like one culture, because maybe like even if you're promoting that type of night, like people are gonna be filtering in from the street, walking in, and if you know they're just playing like one genre of music, probably not gonna keep them to stay. So it's like our job as DJs is kind of assess the situation in the room and try to play all different types of genres to keep people there, but also like stay true to what the night really is, you know?
Yeah, and for Boston specifically, most of those clubs are in the quote-unquote theater district, right?
Yeah.
So there's the Wilbur, the Wang, etc. So if there's comedy shows and random concerts and stuff going on there's going to be all kinds of different people week to week that, in theory, they come out and start trickling to the clubs and start trying to find something to do. So to Cammy's point, if it's one genre, it's very difficult to keep them. If it doesn't, you know, if they're not fucking with it, if they don't really know it, right? So what I was saying in those comments was, as a business owner, right, as someone that owns these clubs, you want these clubs to cater to most people. So they're going to play most genres versus the one, right?
Yep.
I think if you're an ice cream parlor, like, would you only sell strawberry ice cream? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's plenty of people that like strawberry ice cream. I like strawberry ice cream. I got rashed one time for liking strawberry ice cream. You like strawberry ice cream?
Could live without it, to be honest.
Really? Oh, so I'm weird for.
They gotta have the
minority?
strawberry chunks in it, though. If they don't have the strawberry chunks in it, it's whack.
Oh, so you like that organic shit?
Yeah,
That shit
like,
that's
you know,
fresh out.
like froyo
Nah,
type shit.
give me that cookie dough. If I'm eating ice cream, I'm going all the way unhealthy.
I can't go around with cookie dough.
Oh, that's a
Like
good
that.
point. That's a good point.
But yeah, also to you know, just to refute you guys a little bit, you can do those nights. You can have like an Afro-based nights, because just like in Latin they have bachata, they have merengue, they have dembow, right? With the African community and like the urban community, we have the dance hall, we have the Afro, we have the
Soca.
kizomba, the soca.
Yeah.
So
Compa,
it's the
compa here.
compa, the hip hop. It's possible. It is possible. All right. Now it's just, like I said, finding those promoters that can control their crowd, that are not into guerrilla marketing to where they're just grabbing anyone with people and telling them to promote to different people. And you don't know who you're promoting to. You don't know who's following you. These people, they get like little sub promoters that have sub promoters that have sub promoters. You know, you're bringing this energy into your event that you don't even know is coming to your event.
I mean, I think so. You're right. I mean, there's tons of genres that we can all hit, tons of different sub communities, cultures within the sub genres. And this is something that I mentioned as well. So let's take Latin, right? And now everyone wants to throw a Latin party.
Yeah.
Because Bad Bunny is the biggest artist in the world, you know, and I think the reggaeton community is kind of riding off that coattail, right?
Yeah.
But FINGAZ, you know, when did reggaeton first hit mainstream? I guess, like what year?
Early 2000s.
I would say 2002.
Yeah.
I might be off one or two
you're
years, right?
Early 2000s.
So 20 years, and Boston just got a Latin night on a Friday in downtown within the last few years.
There's been attempts to do it. Like Candy Bar had a huge Afro like urban night there. They recently started to dismantle, but that was promotional teams breaking off.
But my point is it takes time.
It takes time.
Like
You need it definitely does take time, but you can't say like people in the comments talking about like we don't cater to the urban crowd. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's bullshit.
I mean, we have a trap night. Like,
There's
I'm playing fucking.
strictly hip-hop,
I'm
yeah.
ringing Young Dolph and Nardo Wick.
Yeah.
Like it's like I'm
dropping
gonna die
crazy
tomorrow.
dance
Like,
hall sets in my sets.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know Stamps does. I know you
Yeah.
do. I know you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Like, but like the thing is, like, as soon as you hear a song you don't like, and it's I feel like it's a Boston thing, man. I feel like, you know, you go to New York, you go to like Miami, like a lot of people just like want to vibe. You know, if you set the vibe right, like, you know.
dude, I was just listening to a live set by DJ Don Hot in Miami. I don't know if you guys know him.
No.
So he does really big parties in Miami. So this was a live set on a Friday night at Live, and Diddy was hosting. So pretty high stakes. I think any of us would kind of be sweating a little bit. This dude plays Grease. The I got chills at Live on a Friday. And on the part where the girl comes in, he takes and girls are screaming their asses off. Am I the only one that's like shook about that?
And that's just like but
that's Live Miami.
appreciating music. It's like the vibe, it's the culture.
If he did it at a venue, I think he would. I don't think that would be a vibe at all.
No.
So do you think it's just like a Boston thing, or do you think it's?
Okay, so it's multiple things. The people that go to Live Miami, they're there to say that I'm at Live Miami. So how do I explain this? Like as long as it's a good song in the sense like people know that song.
Yeah.
Like, so you're at Live Miami. Who fuck like
The atmosphere is already there,
you're kind of it kind of doesn't matter.
Let loose.
Like,
you know. And there's also that stigma of I want to go to the club just to look cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to the club to party. I'm not going to the club to sweat. You know, and I feel like being in the game for so long and seeing that kind of deteriorate, it's with the newer generations where they're just grabbing the phones and they want to be a part of the lit. They want to add to the highlight reel. You're taking away from the experience. A lot of people, when you're doing this, like, you're paying attention to your phone, like sometimes you forget that you go away from the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bullshit that you literally see people dancing all night. You might play a song that they don't like, and their whole night's fucked up. You know, that's why I don't care no more about trying to cater to everybody. I've done this a long time. You guys have done this for a long time. I can see what's going on in the crowd. I can read the crowd. Let me steer the night. You know? So that's where I'm at with it, as far as like you can't please everybody. Because I've seen that where you see people literally having a good time all fucking night. I didn't play one song you didn't like, or I didn't play the song that you wanted, and all of a sudden your night is bullshit. I didn't like the night. Oh, the DJ's whack. Nah, man, fuck all that.
Yeah, I hear you. But circling back to Snacks' point with like the Afrobeats culture and seeing like the development of the Latin nights throughout the city, what do you think it's going to take? Do you think it's going to be like the progression of like the artists and the music that's coming out of the Afrobeats community to be able to ride the coattails just like the Latin has with Bad Bunny?
So the reason I bring the Latin thing is because. Okay, so let's say who's the poster child of Afrobeats right now? I think it was
Like
Wizkid. It's now
Wizkid,
Burna Boy. It's
Wizkid,
now Burna
Burna
Boy,
Boy.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's hold that, right? So we have poster children,
Yeah.
and people that are huge and people that are doing great shows. They have hot singles, XYZ. So again, going back to the early 2000s, we had Daddy Yankee and Don Omar, right? And so we had two artists that were huge, making big moves in music, XYZ, but that still wasn't enough at that time to dedicate an entire night. You know, there was people that tried, but I'm saying, as it stands now, right? Because of what we see, the Latin demand in every set that we do, no matter where we are at this point, right? Afrobeats is not getting that same love yet, right? So as time progresses, as more people start learning and appreciate, like Essence drops, and now a lot of people know Afrobeats. Like the more that Rema is posting out, more people are knowing Afrobeats. Like,
but is that true? Because look at 90%, or like I could say maybe 75% of the TikToks, they're Afrobeats.
That's what I'm saying. People are like these. This is like it's just inevitably gonna take time. Just because Afrobeat has hot records, like Manny was saying, obviously like Afrobeat has a huge impact and influence on music, and it does, but that's pretty new.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And again, that's why I bring up the Latin example, because that took 20 years.
Yeah.
To get to where we are.
And I think too, as it becomes more popular, like you can call it like the Drake or the Justin Bieber effect, where they're hopping on major records with these types of artists and throwing it now. You can't go 5 minutes without driving your car without hearing these types of songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it would have to, for me, I really believe that it would have to be the right people to curate these nights. That's what has been down for me, because I've seen them come and go.
So you think it's the
I think it's there.
It's the promoters and the event owners
I think
themselves.
it's there. I think if the right people throw the right events, you can have a solid, and I wouldn't even call it an Afrobeat night. I wouldn't even try to label it anything. You know, one of those, have those nights like, you know, have a night that brings in the right vibe, strong team. You know, they're doing whatever it is to have the right DJs in there to set the vibe. And I feel like you can have an Afro dance hall, a hip hop night. You can.
So how would you market that? Would it be more on the DJ then to curate that vibe, or how do you market that and get people in there?
If you think about it, majority of what we're playing is that, right? I feel like you're gonna go into this spot, and I feel like you're gonna end up playing a reggaeton song. You're gonna end up playing, something that's not within that realm. I think what people are saying is like when they do hear a house song. I think that's what it is. I don't think I don't think it's not us catering to them. It's when you hear a house song, or when you hear like a Party in the USA, Miley Cyrus, it kind of like, some people just don't have a limit for that. They don't even have a taste for it. They're like, oh, we're in a predominantly white spot. When I saw that, and I'm just like, what? Like, you DJ for white people? I'm like, what are you talking about? I DJ for the people. I see what's in the crowd, I get it popping. That's why I like Icon, because Icon on a Saturday, if you are
best night in the city. That's from the
if you are tunnel vision and you can't DJ those nights, and I'm pretty sure on your phone there's a lot of people that are mad at you for not booking them there. And you're doing your job, because a lot of these DJs that complain about they're not in these bigger clubs, so you can't come and try to change what's going on, because you can't adapt your folder and your crates to be able to play for a broader market and a broader crowd. You're not going to go there and shit on us, make it seem like, oh, the downtown is whack because you can't make it in there and you can't, keep up with what's going on down there. You know what I'm saying? We live in Boston, all right? That's why a lot of these spots, like, they have the night splits in the smaller spots. They want them in the bigger spots.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's two different worlds. I mean, let's look at Miami, right? Just because we use Miami, you have places like Live, and then you have all the spots in Wynwood.
Yeah,
two different things, and it's two different types of DJs. And I'm sure they have. I mean, I don't know if they're as shady as people in Boston, but there's the Wynwood DJs, and they have their style and whatever, and then there's the Live 11 DJs that have their style.
Yep. And
it's very different. But if you expect, I'm sure there's some that can do both, and there are some that do both, but it's very similar to here. There's spots that are smaller, 150 people, which is great. I love those kinds of spots. You know what I mean? But that's going to require a different type of style and music library than the spots that are going to hold 500, 600 in the middle of downtown, where there's hotels and there's theaters and shit where you don't know who you're going to get every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. People flying in, different cities coming in.
Yeah. Like if there's a small spot in XYZ Mass, that's a destination spot.
Yep.
So everyone knows what they're going into when they go there. Versus these spots that are kind of like, it's like you've seen Stewart Street on a Saturday night at 10 p.m. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
There's just people. It's like fucking Lion King. Like you know what I mean?
It's just confusing to me, because I'm just like, I'm thinking about it, I'm like, yo, we're playing predominantly urban music majority of the night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? We're playing that
100%.
majority of the night. And not for nothing, a lot of the DJs weren't around where it was the other way around, where you were playing majority top 40 house music and a sprinkle of urban. Okay, but the market changed to where people wanted to hear that no matter what. But when the house music was popping and house music was at the forefront of the club scene, not saying it's not now, but culturally, like, hip hop has taken over the world.
Yeah. I remember that was a big thing in Vegas.
Yeah, huge.
It was a big thing in Vegas where, like, at first you know, they was like barely play any hip hop music, and then all of a sudden 2 Chainz is headlining fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they have Rick Ross coming in at whatever. You know, it was a shift, but you know, I think house has made this weird like loop back
resurgence.
It's like
that tech house.
Bro,
and it seeped into Africans, so like Cape Verdeans a lot with they're messing with the Afro house, with the Afrobeat house. That is huge right now. In like in a lot of the African like the
even like
the
Guaracha too. Guaracha is like very like heavy like
that
EDM
is
bass.
it's influenced through that, and then you have people like Farruko, that are doing that stuff.
Is Pepas a dance record, or is it what is it?
People
don't know what to categorize.
They're labeled it's labeled a Guaracha because of the trumpets. The little hop on it, but that's in the vein of house.
But it's not the same drum pattern as Guaracha though.
Guaracha is not as deep. It's not as deeply cultured Guaracha, like straight up Guaracha, but it does have.
That's why people don't know how to categorize.
It has that hop. It has that that little hop in there, but that is in the vein of house music. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and then it pisses me off. I go a little bit even deeper. Like house music, it was invented by a black guy.
Yeah. Speak on it. Yo, I remember I was doing when we were doing brunch sets at 222 before they moved. And it was just like sit down, like vibes, whatever. And I started playing like Chicago house.
Yeah.
And I remember this one dude was like, "Yo, why are you playing this like white shit?" I'm like, "You don't know anything, do you?"
Nothing.
I was like, I'm playing Chicago house, bro.
Nothing.
I was like, "Do you
let me educate you?"
Yeah. I'm like, literally, all these artists are black artists.
Rock and roll, black guy. So it's just like, yo, you got to know your history. There's people that just have their palettes are just not there. My thing is, where have you been as a person? That's why, like, when I look at these comments, I'll click on your picture and I'll go to your page. I'll go to your page and I'll be like, oh, you might not get to dudes might not be hollering at you at the club.
Eminem is the greatest
rapper.
You're not getting
a lot of females when you go to the club. Oh, you're not really too experienced. Where have you been outside of your city? Where have you been outside of your state? Yeah. What is your palette like? That's why I've changed my stress level when it comes to that. I used to be in there fighting everybody when I used to be like, what are you talking about? I had it lit. You know, I've never had a bad review, but just like even like those little people, like they just does something to you if you're really passionate about what you do. So like if your palette's not there, bro, if you haven't been to Miami or if you haven't been to Vegas or if you haven't been to these spots to experience, or you have some red light district party in New York where they're playing deep house and I'm in the and I bring that to Boston, I'm playing it out here like this. If you don't respect that, you don't understand that, man, seriously, fuck you.
But we will deal with it being the melting pot that CAMMMY mentioned. So it is, again, with all that being said, I agree with everything you said. At the end of the day, I tell people all the time, 80% of the music I play in the club, I don't fucking like. It's not it's not about me.
I'm not even listening to half of this shit.
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to like a lot of like mostly older stuff. Yeah. You know, so a lot of the new stuff, you know, I'm not really fucking with, but I still gotta play it. You know what I mean? But that brings me to actually a nice segue to the next topic. Is kind of, you know, I think a lot of us would agree that that DJs are servants to the people, right? Servants to the culture, right? Yeah. But where is that breaking point? To what extent? Where is that ceiling, and when does it become disrespectful? Right?
And that's where I draw my line with the fuck you. When I say fuck you, I'm not saying fuck you to the person that just like, you know, I'm saying fuck you to the ignorant motherfuckers that will sit there and be like, oh, you're whack, you're not a great DJ because you're playing something I don't like. Right. You know what I'm talking about? Right. So I guess there's etiquette as DJs, and there's etiquette. There is a code and etiquette as a person at club, as a patron. You're coming here. So that's what I think.
I reposted recently on Instagram a post, a caption by Rob Swift, who's a very respected DJ for those in the DJ community, and the post itself was showing, I guess like a prom request sheet of an event that he just did, and it was just like scribbles it was crazy, and the caption read, "The sanctity of the DJing in DJing is gone. DJs who get booked to play out at a club, high school prom, wedding, etc. aren't allowed to work autonomously anymore. Club goers making requests via notes scribbled on paper, flashing their phones in the DJ's face, which is very common, and coaching the DJ in private through DMs. This is the norm now. What's happened in DJing today reminds me a lot of how sports fans have ruined basketball, baseball, etc. There's this sense of entitlement and pushiness that's out of control now. I'm not sure what to blame it on. I can't read. Oh my God!
At least you're better than Floyd Mayweather.
I'm not sure what to blame it on either. It can't be the alcohol because I've been DJing in nightclubs since I was 16 and never experienced what I see DJs fed up about on social media these days. So
Nailed it.
just DJ with CAMMMY this past weekend. We dealt with it a ton. People, the phones up, requests. I think, in my response to this, and I posted on social media, got a lot of love from the DJs on it. Was just like going out to torment a DJ and to bother them with requests is wild to me. You paid money, paid this cover, you got dressed, and was like, you know what? I want to hear everything that I just been listening to all day again on my request.
We are a human jukebox to them.
Like,
Bro, just not
CAMMMY, talk to me.
just I don't know, not even aware of like what's going on. But I feel like especially in the last 5 years, I'm sure you can speak, both of you guys can speak more on it. There's something that's shifted within the culture. Even just like people, even the people going out, something has shifted where people's attention spans are a lot shorter, whether it be like apps like TikTok and stuff where it's like, and just some sort of sense of entitlement where these people feel like they can stick a phone in your face and hold it there like without a care in the world for a half hour rather than fucking go talk to somebody else. It's like, why are you here? Are you here to literally like, I just don't understand for the life of me why I can't envision myself being out there in the crowd and doing that. I just don't get it.
And it's like, it's men and women alike. Like, it's not even like it's one or the other. Like, it just is what it is. And, to the women I see, I'm like, okay, like I glance at it and I'll give them a thumbs up. I'm like, okay, at some point I'll fucking do it.
Right.
When I decide and it fits for me. And then they just stay there and keep because they want it now. And I'm like, yo,
that is annoying.
And I'm like, yo, like, what else in life do you get now? You feel me? Like, I gotta wait 7 minutes for an Uber.
Yeah.
What else what do I get now? Nothing. Yeah. And then the men, I'm like, yo, first of all, the fact you're doing this at all is wild to me.
As a man.
I'm like, is this what you came here for, bro? To not talk to any of the shorties that are here and like get a drink, turn up with you're here to bother me?
What is this song gonna do for you here? What do you
Nothing.
do? And half of the time,
you got no game.
Half of the time they just and then just chill. I'm like, I just played your song. Like, what are you doing? You're not buying a bottle. You're not talking to a chick.
Exactly.
You spend all this energy pissing me off.
Yeah.
All right.
And I play and I stare at them and I'm like,
what's up? What are you gonna do with it? Give me a flip or something.
Yeah.
Do something.
You're
not doing nothing.
Nothing.
And then the song goes away, and then what? That's it?
Time didn't stop. Everything's the same.
Yeah, man.
And then the crowd didn't even jump to it. They didn't do nothing crazy to it.
And most of the time, it's a request that we're gonna do anyway. Just relax.
Just relax and chill.
Enjoy the show.
You know what I'm saying?
It's okay.
I'll get there.
You paid to see me, bro. So
there's definitely a sense of entitlement. There is a sense of entitlement. That is just. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Is there a demographic that does it more than the other? Like,
don't get me canceled.
Can we go in there deeper?
No, don't get me canceled.
Let's go in there deeper.
Why are you looking at CAMMMY?
Huh? Why are you looking at CAMMMY? I looked at you too. You looked away.
I'm not getting canceled, bro. I'm not getting canceled.
Is there a come on? Are we being open about it or not? Is there a demographic of people? Give me a spot give me a place. Give me a place where it's just so nauseous. It's just like they want to have side conversations. Like they're telling you, like, this is gonna be dope right here. I promise you. Like, my girls love this song, and I guarantee if you played it,
you're putting on a very specific voice, and I want to know why.
I think the only person that can answer this right now is him.
Why are you looking at CAMMMY?
He has to start off.
It's me. It's white people. It's white people.
Yo, hey, he said it.
It's white people.
Hey, he said it. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. He said it.
Yeah, it's the sense
Bro,
of
it really
entitlement.
is. It is.
Go deeper and go ahead, keep going.
Like how I let off with, I just don't know what has shifted. Dude, like I said, like me, I could never envision myself being out there, not enjoying myself just to fucking ruin some poor bastard's day. You know? But dude, I mean, like, there's certain venues that I'll be at, and I'm just like, I already know what to expect tonight before I even walk in there.
I guess more so, I know what venues it won't happen.
Bro, I'll be plugging in.
Yeah.
There'll be the house.
Oh my God.
The house system will be on, playing music. Phone in my face. I go,
I'm like, I haven't even started yet.
My laptop's in my backpack.
Yeah.
And this was that Game On?
Whoa, why'd you assume?
Huh? I just want to get a little deeper. I want to figure it out.
The past event that Snack's referring to was that game on.
Oh,
And it was pretty rampant. Like I had to say,
You had to say something on the mic, yeah.
okay. So I said multiple things, but there was a point I stopped the music and I was like, yo, this request shit is not happening tonight. And then I had this girl look at me and I was like, I wasn't gonna take you home anyway. You know what I mean? Like I was like, you're ugly anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Now here's my other question: does it matter how hot the girl is? When you play the song?
It's because it's gotten so bad where it really does not matter. Okay, let me talk about this because how hard it's. I'm sorry, I need to retreat again. We've done this now for years.
Yes.
Yeah.
We DJ on a weekly basis, multiple times a week.
Yep.
We have dozens of gigs month to month. I don't care how hot you are. I'm going to see 500 more of you in the next 2 days. I don't care how hard you are. This pretty privileged shit has gone real bad.
Yes.
And I've had girls come up to me in the booth. This one girl looks at me. We made eye contact, and I was like, "Not looking at you because I know you're gonna want something. I know you're here because you want something." I look away. I get a tap on my shoulder. Oh my god, here we go. I look over. Hey, what's up? What do you need? Oh my god, hi. Like, what's your name? I'm like, let's pick it up. I'm middle DJ in front of 500 people. Let's keep it short. 6 at her hand. Oh, what's your name? Snacks. Hey, what do you want? Come on. Is it a birthday? Like, what is it?
Can I press that button?
And then she goes, oh, my name is whatever the fuck her name was. And then she go, and I go, okay, cool. What do you want? She goes, can I come in the DJ booth? And I go, no.
I'm getting irritated right now.
I go flat out. I just go, no, look away. She goes, why? I'm like, I don't know you. She goes, we just met.
Oh, wow.
She's like, she had a game plan. I was like, for a moment, I was like, wow, we did just meet. But I looked at her and I go, no, like, I don't know you. You know what she says? But I'm pretty.
Club Karen.
I'm pretty, but
It's
I'm
Club
loco.
Karen. They're Club Karen.
She goes, but I'm pretty. I said, okay, I'm fat. Who cares? I'm like, okay, and I'm like, you know who else is pretty? All of them.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Now, is there a right way to ask? Now, are you saying don't ask at all?
For a request?
Don't ask at all.
There's absolutely a right way to ask.
Now, what is the right way for you?
Don't come empty-handed. Come
Shot,
with either either water, money, a drink, a shot. Yeah, I guess, yeah. And hey, you're doing great. Like, explain not explain the reason, but say, hey, like honestly, yeah, give me a good reason. Hey, it's her favorite song. It's her birthday. Would love it if this would happen. Yeah, here you go. You're doing great. That is really that's really it. Like, it's really not that hard. But that's why if something's so simple. You know, you're buying how many girls that aren't going to sleep with you free drinks that they're, you know what I mean? You can't get the DJ one, but you're going to ask him for, ask him for that much.
But even like drinks aside, I could care less. I think it's the energy that you come with to me.
Yeah. It's just basic politeness.
You're like the sense of that they come up to you and like, you're here to play for me, play my fucking song.
Yeah.
It's like, get the hell out of here. Yeah. I don't owe you shit.
Yeah. I mean,
if you're walking up and like you said, communicating like, hey, like, doing a great job, whatever. If you can find time to mix this in, that'd be very much appreciated.
It's literally just manners. It's literally just manners.
I love that. Like, whenever you can, if you can. I know it's not the vibe right now, but whenever you can, it's her birthday. This happened to me at Bodega.
Guys, the bar is fucking low. This is basic manners.
Yeah. No, it is.
You go. You know, when I get on a bus or a train, I say, you know, what's up to the conductor, the driver. Hey, how are you? Like, get in my Uber. Hey, how you doing? Like, this is basic manners.
Yeah.
So why in nightlife does that get all thrown out to security, to bartender? I see people at the bar like, I'm like, yo,
that liquid courage is definitely a factor. I've seen people change. Attitudes change after a few shots, a few drinks.
Yeah, I know you changed a few fucking shots.
Oh, where me? I just asked for more after that.
It's scary.
Yeah, I just keep going.
I don't like it.
Well, he was the one that said he can outdrink me, and then I proved him wrong.
Different. No. But this is no. So, I mean, Cammy, I can put it away.
I'm not gonna deny that.
But he's a shot guy. Shots is just very aggressive.
It's clean as pure. Okay,
it's real.
Get right to the point.
It's real.
It tastes just like wine. You try wine, right? Let it burn.
What's your go-to?
What's my
He
go-to?
drinks tequila, bro.
I'm tequila right now, but I was at one point a heavy Henny drinker.
Yeah.
I still do it every now and then, but tequila, Don Julio Casamigos is where my rap. But I'm kind of trying to get away from that because it's been giving me headaches.
It's a lot. Yeah, imagine if maybe you just enjoyed it a little bit more.
No,
maybe drank a little slower.
Not that at all. But there is a tequila company that I'm an ambassador for.
Wow,
Real Cepeda.
big
Shameless plug.
Big
Real
plug.
Cepeda. They're smooth as hell. One day I'll bring you guys a bottle and maybe we can go shot for shot, me and this guy, and see who's standing
Next show.
at the end of the podcast.
Next show. Bring it out.
You want to do the next one? The next one in?
Whatever.
Dude,
Second day in?
Yeah, why not?
get hammered on the podcast.
Nightlife,
Dude,
guys.
I love that. I love that.
I mean, we've done that before.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
shot for shot. I mean, but like, listen, I'm all about like drinks, chilling. Every so often we have something to celebrate, take a shot, boom. But this dude is shot. I can't even swallow it, and he's ready. He has the next shot ready, and I'm like, dude.
I like to have it ready just in case.
Because
we have a lot of great moments.
Fucking hurricane.
It's all right. Listen, when we DJ together, it was a lot of great moments. All right, so I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's go another one. And, it's just we burn it off, and just have another one.
Burn
and just
it.
get it off. It is what it is, man.
Yo, he had to
can't-
drive me home once.
You
Yes,
can't-
I
you
had to
can't
make
let
sure
He
he
had to
got
drive me home.
inside.
He had to drive me home because I couldn't fucking drive.
I had to make sure he went to the bathroom.
That's
PP.
that's responsible.
EPP.
That's responsible.
I didn't see
No, but I
anything.
think I was the one that was like, yo, I can't drive.
Yeah, no, you weren't even. I don't think you were driving, were you? No,
I had to leave my car.
Yeah,
And then the next day,
yeah.
ooh, because I couldn't fucking. This dude
That was a
fucking-
great night.
Don't drink and drive.
Dude,
That was
it was,
nice.
it was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah, I was good to drive though. I'm experienced. But you were also drinking all day that day,
I was drinking all day that day.
so that's
Can't
not
drink
your
all day if you don't
fault.
start in the morning.
That's not your fault. So, but going back to it, I think a lot of it has to do with the liquor.
Like, I'm a cocktail guy.
You're a cocktail guy.
Like the sip.
He was drinking some
like-
blue shit the other day. I'm just like,
I'm a
what
cocktail
is
guy.
that?
I like.
What was that?
I like vibes.
blue
It
ice.
was.
What is that? Mountain
It
Dew in a cup.
It was a pineapple margarita.
It was blue.
I don't know why it's blue. Shout out Bodega Canal. Krista makes
Oh,
amazing pineapple margaritas.
Amazing
Love you, babes.
Drinks. Love it over there.
You know what I mean? So I don't know why it's blue, but it's blue. It tastes like pineapple, and it makes me.
Like a
It
headache.
makes me feel good at night.
Like
you know
a
what I mean?
headache.
But okay, circling back in. I think
Thanks, Cammy.
Do we? What a transition. Now, people have been drinking for years, but I'm saying specifically, especially in the last 5 years, I'm talking about. There's been a change of people without drinks in their system.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
are just
Yeah.
assholes. Like I don't know. I feel
I
like
blame
it's
Gen
been
Z.
different.
I think it's just Gen Z. You know what I'm saying? I think they're just. I'm not a big fan of the Gen Zers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think they're entitled, short attention span, TikTok, everything's on demand.
So-
Think about it. I lived when I was growing up. If you want to see a movie, you walk to Blockbuster and you get it for a couple of days and you watch it 8 times and then you give it back, right? When I wanted to hear something, I listened to the radio, and if it maybe came up that day, I was really happy.
Yep.
Like, I have a sister who's 10 years younger than me. She didn't have to experience none of that shit.
If you caught it, you recorded it on a tape too.
Yeah.
I've done that plenty of times.
Like, so I think it's just a different, and
Humble.
you know, we
It's
can't
humbling.
really blame them,
No.
but I can still tell them to fuck themselves. So that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
Would love to switch gears. I would love to move forward away a little bit more, just kind of on music in general. But I have these list of artists that at one point were, I think, at the top of their game, at the top of their, amongst their peers in music, and that I think that we were all heavy in our rotation at one point. And I just want to know if you guys are still playing them.
Okay.
Awesome.
First person on the list is Lil Uzi Vert. Are we
Yes.
still playing Uzi
Yes.
Weekly?
playing it.
all the time?
Not all the time, but I do. I do like the tour life stuff, like that. Always get to a good reaction.
I know you liked his last album, Cammy. Or was it last album? One of his last projects you really liked.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
It's not really.
That's what I'm
much
saying,
a
he fell
go-to.
off.
It's not a go-to.
There's a point where like Love Is Rage 2, like a lot of the
Yeah.
stuff on that.
No, I said I didn't like his last album.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I don't really play more of his newer
Yeah.
stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I play maybe EXO Tour Life, and
Yeah,
that's honestly about it. And that's not even like on a nightly thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not for me either.
that's true.
J Balvin.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's kind of dying down for me.
I think it's died down a lot.
Yeah, it's dying down.
There was a point where you couldn't not play a J Balvin.
Yeah. He's kind of died down himself. I know he had a child. I know he's been going through a lot of mental stuff himself.
But I think the biggest thing was, I mean, he was just getting tons of flack for just like doing the most.
I know that's something. Yeah, he got
the Afro Latino.
That's not his fault.
Okay, I mean, I'm not saying it's a fault. I'm just
I was mad at people. Like, I was kind of mad at people. He was like, "This is not my fault." Yeah.
So what I'm referring to, for those who don't know, is he like 2 years ago he received like Afro Latino of the Year.
I don't even think it had Latino.
Some shit.
Did it even have Latino in it? I don't even think it had Latino.
It was not Afro. No, it had to have been Afro Latino.
I don't think so.
But you know, you can debate whether or not he's. That's not really the point. But the thing is a lot of people were like, and this is like when J Balvin was on everything, like shoes, fucking collabs, commercials, everything. So like, I think people at that point were just kind of fed up with him, and I think that's a big reason why people, I think, just stopped. Like, it was just too much. Like, similar like Travis Scott. Like, not that he's died down like that, but there was a point where he was kind of on everything, and then like, people kind of just like got over it. Yeah, you know.
Balvin did have a run. Crazy, he was everywhere when he was doing the SpongeBob and all that stuff. Yeah, but if you think about it, that wasn't even that long ago. And these days, like you said, the attention span is like this. So it's life is moving way faster than we thought. Well, we thought it was moving. It's moving 10 times faster. So like, you capture that moment, you got to be able to keep going. And the moment that you like take time to yourself, it feels like it's a year. It feels like it's 2 years. So people forget about you quickly. So that's definitely a factor.
How about the baby?
The baby is definitely not a go-to for me. I do it, but it's not. He's not.
You playing his new stuff or his old stuff?
His new stuff don't even hit like that for me.
I agree.
The club
at all.
It's not fresh anymore,
bro. There was a point I couldn't get through a night without Suge.
Yeah.
Or like Going Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Babysitter. Like,
I think after with that whole thing that he went through, that he did at the concert and stuff like that with the LGBTQ community.
I think it's just the music.
I agree with you.
I think his music is just whack.
Super repetitive. It sounds like it's like copy paste.
It's not fresh. Yeah. It's kind of stale.
In what is it? 2019 is when he blew up.
Yeah, I'd say that.
So 2019, he kind of defined the sound, right?
He changed. He definitely was
fucking. Who's his producer? It's not Weezy. It's Anyway, his producer was like made a distinct sound. The baby's flow was very distinct. He was unique. He was fresh, and that's why so many people liked him. But that was his like kind of only sound. And when you define, I think this is the same with Fetty Wap. When you define an era of sound and the charts, the features, the choruses, that any era after that, and you try and do the same thing, it's gonna automatically sound vintage.
Yep.
Because you defined that sound. Anything Fetty Wap puts out to this day is gonna sound like 2015 because he ran that era. You feel what I'm saying? I think the baby's suffering from that. I'm personally not playing the baby really at all.
Yeah, no, I
know he tried to try to tap in the whole singing thing and trying to change up a little bit,
do a little bit more pop stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he hasn't really come up with anything for me that's like, oh, I haven't heard that before, or you haven't done this. You've done this better.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
So it's not really him for me. So no, it's kind of a decline for me as well.
I only have two more. I have Playboy Cardi.
Who?
Stop.
All right.
He's a lot of kids' GOAT, bro.
That's
yeah,
so
it depends
sad.
where you are.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it depends where you are. So if you do like a when you do Slacker, I'm pretty sure
I run.
That's a rager right there.
It's so crazy. To
I
me.
run Cardi records and they just start moshing.
Yeah, you know,
it's insane.
What is it like? Slayer,
R.I.P.
What is it? Red album or whatever? Red.
So some of the stuff on Red album, but mostly on. But if you play a Die Lit record, like it's just like I'm trying to. I don't even know what it's comparable to for us. Like,
do you remember his first hit?
Magnolia.
Yeah.
I used to play that shit all the time.
Yeah.
I used to play that shit all the time.
Yeah.
And then Woke Up Like This.
Yep.
Yeah, but where he lost me was when he started rapping like an infant, and I'm like, I can't.
Oh,
I can't
the squeaky sound and stuff
Bro,
like that. He definitely.
But the thing is, like, a lot of the young kid like love it.
I don't get it. I don't know.
Love
he's definitely turned into that. He's gone into that rapper rock. Grunge.
But the thing is, he leads into. Cammy, we're talking about this. He's leading into like artists like Yeet.
Yeah.
and kids fucking love Yeet.
him. Yeah.
But like I've tried, especially with Slacker, like to play it, and it's just like a very difficult style of music to play at a party.
Right.
And then the girls are like, and then
I feel
all
like
the guys are raging, but I'm like,
I feel like that type of event might be one of the only ones you could get away with.
But they're coming into, they're going to turn 21 at one point.
There's going to be a certain point where,
you know what I mean, where we're all going to have, and if you don't, you're the one fading out.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know.
It's like, be prepared. Yeah. Be prepared.
Yeah.
Yeet. DJs, get on Yeet.
A lot of people. That's the problem.
And tell them Uncle Snack sent you. You're welcome. I know. I'd be ahead of the curve. I know. But it's my job, and that's why we have the podcast, and that's why I'm the host
I
of the
will
show.
say that Yeet and Gunna record is fire.
Yeah, it is.
Yo,
it's pretty good.
Gunna. Not going to see him for a while.
Oh, boy.
Free slide. I got one more.
We got to talk about
one more.
That.
Is this still in heavy rotation? Jay-Z.
No. Maybe.
But Jay-Z is an anomaly. I feel like Jay-Z is like he's like a cheat code. So I think he doesn't even fit in that conversation anymore. I feel like Jay-Z's a cheat code for me.
I think I play public service announcement every
That's
day.
it.
Yeah, that's a cheat code.
That's the only one though.
I wouldn't put him in that.
You can put Empire State of Mind gets a ring.
He's Rushmore.
Yeah, but I don't
He's
even
kind of
play
like a
his
Michael
verse.
Jackson. Like when it comes to playing music at a
But
party.
he's still hip hop though. And if hip hop is what we're mostly playing here, are we running Jay-Z records?
He's not playing the game no more. When you name these other artists, I feel like they're like come and go artists. I feel like Jay-Z's cemented.
Yeah, he's a staple.
So he's like I call him a cheat code.
I mean, there's a reason he's the last one, right? You know.
But we're talking heavy in rotation.
I mean, are we playing Jay-Z? Yes or no?
I play a Jay-Z song every night.
Yeah, I play like one, but like.
I played Just Want to Love You.
Yeah. And you can go anywhere.
Public service announcement. I think Empire State of Mind gets a ring. I think if you play it like an epic.
I just do the acapella
at Icon or something would go crazy.
And that's about it.
I think Run This Town still rings.
When's the last time you played Tom Ford?
Oh no, I don't play Tom Ford. That's so like 2014.
Yeah,
I loved it. At 2014, I was playing that shit all the fucking time. But
yeah, it's probably PSA or Empire State for me. That's probably about it.
Yeah,
even like,
and that's
I don't think I'm playing. Oh yeah. Paris is huge.
Yeah,
give it to me.
I was gonna. That's I Just Want to Love You to me.
Yeah, right? I Just Want to Love You.
Yeah. I was gonna say Dirt Off Your Shoulder doesn't even get rings though.
But I feel like those are things like when I mean by cheat code, like you like we like to layer stuff. We like to like piece puzzles together with our songs we play. Like I feel like you can drop that beginning of real quick. And go into something else.
It'll
get a reaction.
Maybe loop the.
That's my thing where I call him a cheat code. I'm like, you're gonna get a reaction. Yes, Tom Ford is that, but I get a reaction. Even if I play that doom doom.
Yeah. And then you just loop it to get the and
you
something else.
You get a reaction. You know.
I might try it this weekend.
Try that
and see it. Like I do that with like I Get Money, 50 Cent. I just play that and it gets a reaction, then I'm out. Like, you know what I mean. Same with all about the Benjamins.
I did it with a Millie.
I still ring a Millie.
Yeah.
Right now, again, guys, I got y'all. Bring back 6 foot, 7 foot into your sets, and you'll get a reaction. Don't ask why. Just you will. You're welcome, Uncle.
Yeah, I play that at Bodega.
It's back on TikTok now. It's trending. I got y'all. Last topic that I have prepared here. This is something that I think has definitely been discussed on the show before, but Team Dreamville on Twitter posted this, I think, yesterday, and it went pretty viral. Lots of discussion. Hip Hop Mount Rushmore of the 2010s. We have Drake, Kendrick, Cole with one spot wide open. So first, do we agree with the three that are in there? And then second, who takes the fourth spot?
I agree with that. It would be between two people, but the only reason why I wouldn't give it to the person because I also see him as a cheat code, and that's Kanye. So I wouldn't put Kanye there because Kanye cemented is a different. He's. I
don't think that rules him out though. Well, if he's cemented in the Mount Rushmore,
but that's. I don't think that's his class, right? So
I don't think it fucking matters.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's that 10-year period.
But I feel like he transcends that.
So why are you taking that away
what
from
I'm
him?
saying, because that's who I would. The person I'm putting him against that would fit that spot for me is Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj for me.
Dude, that's a good pick. I'd probably still go with Kanye there, dude. Just so even in the 2010s, man, like still.
Yeah.
Still.
So for let's just remind people, 2010s we have My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy,
Yep.
which is arguably
the best hip hop album, in my opinion,
ever made.
right. So I don't know how you could not
Watch the
have
Throne.
on
Watch
that
the Throne,
list.
2011.
Yep.
Yeah, 2011. Watch the Throne.
Cruel Summer.
Cruel Summer.
Fucking Pablo came out in the
Yeah.
2010s.
Pablo, yep.
I skipped an album. I definitely skipped an album. What did I skip?
What's it called?
Why am I blowing?
When did
by
Heartbreaks?
No, Heartbreaks is 09.
2008. 2009.
2008 or 09. There's no way there's
um,
nothing in between that.
Jesus,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeezy season approaching. Fuck whoever
Kanye
y'all
in my arm. The reason why, yo, listen, and that's my top 3 Kanye albums.
Big influence. We're seeing the big Yeezus influence these days.
Oh my God.
On a lot of the artists that we were talking about earlier.
Rock, grunge, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
bro.
That album did a
the
lot.
industrial shit. Yo, that album's fire.
Dude, those 5 albums alone. I mean,
So I'm gonna mention a few names that were mentioned within the threads and that I kind of came up with just to kind of discuss. Nicki would actually be my pick. I think like she's the GOAT in terms of female hip hop.
Yeah.
She also transcended into pop. Did really well in pop.
Yep.
Like
And that Monster verse was the verse of the year at one
yeah,
point.
like she's pretty certified. Had hits on hits, won awards. Like she
Yeah.
she had a very, very good run and still quite relevant. Future.
I love Future.
Are we throwing away the Toxic God off rip? Not even discussion.
Yeah, no. Not compared to he had a good run, but no. Not for me.
Not close.
He's there. He's like right there, but no.
Not on the Mount Rushmore.
Not on the mushroom.
Meek Mill.
No way.
Dreams and Nightmares. Probably one of the biggest songs of the decade.
No, still no.
Dream Chaser?
I still think he needs to prove himself. I still think that he's not consistent enough for me.
Yeah, but we're talking about 2010s though.
Yeah,
He had a good stretch.
He had a
did a really
pretty.
good stretch,
He was
but
like kind of certified.
Drake kind of put him away for me, and he didn't come back from
Okay,
that.
I mean that's fine.
That was
I'm
messy.
just bringing
Yeah.
stuff up.
Yeah, and I'm just
I like it. A lot of people were really pushing for Future. A lot of people were pushing for Big Sean too, which I don't agree. I think Nicki definitely washes him. I think Kanye definitely washes him.
What year was Finally Famous?
2012, and then Dark Sky Paradise was 2018. Nope, 2016.
I was in college still, yeah.
Yeah, 2016. I was in college too. 2016. Yeah. So I'm like Big Sean has an argument.
yeah,
A lot of features, a lot of hits.
yeah, but no. If you're not putting Future, you're not putting Big Sean.
So okay, I want to come with a consensus from the group. So right now, is it between Kanye and
I think
Nicki?
Kanye and Nicki, but I'm still gonna go with Kanye there.
Kanye, for me, like I said, I agree. He had a crazy run that year, but after that trilogy with the first 3 albums, for me,
I mean, he's definitely Mount Rushmore of the
catapulted.
2000s.
He catapulted to the Rushmore period for me. Period.
I'm talking about the 2010s, bro.
I know.
So a lot of the so people were saying Kanye in the comments, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people were like, "No, he's 2000s," and then a lot of people were like, "He's also fucking 20."
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
A lot of people said he's also 2020s.
He is.
Is he Mount Rushmore 2020s too?
I believe so. Of course.
No,
Hell yeah.
no.
Even
As
though
far
it's been
as-
granted, it's been 2 fucking years.
As far as influence, as far as attention, as far as gravitational pull, there's nobody that's doing that like that. I'm sorry. This dude threw 3 concerts sporadically out of nowhere and sold them all out in stadiums. Who is doing that right
So Cammy,
now?
he's not even in the Mount Rushmore at all
For
2020s.
No one's doing that.
I'll let you know in a few years.
No, that's all right. We're here right now.
Right here.
In the last
I
2
don't know.
years.
It's early, man.
In the last 2 years, who would you
Up
put
until
in there?
this point,
Who would you
then.
put in there? I think Tyler might be
Drake.
Tyler, Lil Baby.
There. Drake is still there. Is Drake still there? I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I didn't mean to make
As
that
far as the pull, yeah, Drake. I'd say Drake.
I think Lil Baby too.
I think Lil
Lil
Baby. I think Lil
Lil
Baby's a good
Baby.
one.
Lil Baby.
I guess I would agree with Drake.
Drake. Lil Durk.
No way. No way.
A lot of people would argue that.
He blew up in the last year.
Yeah.
And blowing off of
Drake.
off of a Drake feature.
Okay.
First of all, Dirk has been in the game for a long time, 10 years.
Well, we gotta school a lot of people that are listening.
He was an
'cause a
XXL
lot of
freshman,
people
like-
would think that he would be in that, but they're just they're in their bubble, so they don't really know what it takes. Like what is the criteria to be on the mushrooms. One day we should. Well, we do. But
I'll be licking the microphone.
Lil Durk was an XXL freshman in 2014. Lil Durk has been out here for nearly 10 years.
and he just started to pop.
And
after that.
Well, he
single.
was a crazy underground hood.
Yeah,
like
huge. But
I was talking to this girl once, and I was just like, oh, like who's your favorite artist? She was like, Lil Durk, no question. And I'm like, oh my god. I was like, your favorite artist is Lil Durk? She's like, oh yeah. She started reciting lyrics, and I'm like, yo,
girls are gangsta. OTS,
Yo,
I'm throwing up
mad
mad
gangsta.
gang signs and shit. I'm getting damn.
I be a hover.
Yeah,
I'm like,
spin the block. Where we going?
I'm like,
I'm ducking down behind the
I'm
booth.
like, don't hurt me.
Spin the block.
Reciting every lyric to lick back. I'm like, yo,
You saw that girl that went viral,
bro.
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
hey, no.
Great
Where's
video.
Ado still- where's Ado?
Yeah, he's still here.
Yo, when that video went viral of the white girl reciting the what lyrics were they? Were the Lil Baby lyrics?
Lil Baby
and
and
everyone was
Drake,
like,
yeah.
yo, these are the girls that drip. I was like, yeah,
that's true. Now, are those the same? Are those the same girls that come up to you and ask for obnoxious?
No.
requests?
Absolutely not.
No.
Okay.
Are they the ones that those are the ones that come?
No,
to
no, I'm just trying to.
Straight up.
Yo, oh my god.
Yeah, but that was. But then I heard that they came out with a video of her saying that.
No, it was a tweet.
Was it a tweet?
It was a tweet. Bro, it was in black and white writing. Yo, people are ready to
They
cancel
will
her.
dig. They will dig. They will dig. They will dig.
Yo,
They will dig.
I was such an asshole when I was like a sophomore. in high
Oh
school.
my god!
Twitter,
delete
I don't
them
even
all.
want to see it.
Go back and delete them all. Erase them all because they will find it.
Yeah.
As soon as you pop up, they go. We're gonna be here addressing it.
I was definitely calling girls
Listen,
fat.
I was young.
When I was like 18, I was calling girls fat, bro. Like rampant. And now I'm fat. Life is crazy, bro.
Don't get the podcast canceled.
So we have Drake, Lil Baby. Do we agree on those two for the 2020 so far?
Definitely.
I like those.
Yeah.
Yep. I put Kanye in there all day just because of what he's done.
Is Travis Scott there?
2020s. What has he done?
Travis
Astroworld?
Scott, Astroworld, the McDonald's
Yeah,
deal,
it was 2020.
merch. Come on, the sales. He's there.
Jordan
He's
Brand.
there. He's there.
Nike.
You gotta like I said, I'm talking about influence when we do this, when we say these things. It's
Astro was
not just
2020, right?
music for me.
2018.
Was
He
it?
hasn't come out with a project in the 20s.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
But
So would you put timeout? Circle back? Would you
no,
put,
he's not. He's not in the 2010s. No way.
No.
No way.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Because he came up. Birds came out what 2016.
Mamacita
Which
was
is one of
when-
my favorite.
What? No,
albums.
one of my favorite albums as well. But that's on the like he doesn't even start the spark until
What
the
about
latter
rodeo?
part.
No, not even rodeo.
God, I'm gonna get so much flack with this.
That's
Yeah.
a cult classic.
Rodeo has a lot of good songs, but when people bring it up in a way as if it's like fantasy or no, as if it's like graduation or something, it's not the same. Because it's a cult, like you said, it's a cult classic. But like for it to be when we're talking about like it's got to be commercial, bro. Like it just has to be.
Yeah, and came up under Kanye. I know he did a lot of work with Kanye on production and stuff like that. So that's why a lot of people see him as kind of like up there and like.
So he does not make the 20.
cemented.
So he doesn't make the 2020 list so far.
He hasn't really done too much for me.
I think obviously not dropping an album in the 2020s is tough for an argument, but at the same time, like you couldn't get through 2020, 2021 without hearing dude's name.
Yes, I'm still playing Sicko Mode.
Oh,
Same.
Six Sycamore's a certified class.
I'm still playing, so that's why
That shit rings.
I'm gonna have to put him in there. I'm
Hold on. Okay, so Lil Baby and Drake are in.
Kanye for me.
Cause
Is it?
I see
is it
Kanye.
five,
Four.
right? Four. Kanye for me.
I'm not mad at I'm not mad at the Kanye submission.
I can't think of. I gotta sit here and think about it because I can't think of anyone else that I would replace Kanye with here.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
That's
saying
what I'm saying. Do we add Travis or do we compare? Do we
comparatively
replace him
speaking.
with Travis?
He's won over 2 Grammys for his album.
Yeah, he drops Donda in the 2020s.
Yep.
The documentary. We don't even got to talk about the clothes.
Merch. Yeah, we got to. It's
You know?
part of it.
No, I'm saying we don't even have to mention.
Oh
it.
yeah, it's there. So as far as influence, he's there, man. For me,
I think that's a good argument for Kanye.
yeah.
Kanye makes 3-decade all first teams.
Who else?
Guy's kind of goated.
He's goated. Kanye is goated. Kanye is goated.
There's no denying that, obviously.
I still go back to his interviews and get hype off of it.
Oh yeah,
You know,
dude,
So,
the documentary was incredible.
oh my god,
It was amazing.
the way that what they put that together was great.
that's crazy.
Except
Imagine knowing.
the narrator though.
Oh,
I thought he was kind of funny.
That's all right. When I come here and I saw him and I thought he was the one.
When I saw Kanye, I just knew to pick up my camera.
Shout out to Cootie, man.
And I just got rolling. That was the funniest part about the whole.
And he knew it, man.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
having
saying.
all
Can you
that footage
imagine
is
knowing?
wild.
Can you imagine?
He's sorry,
They
man.
got so much bread off that.
Dude,
Oh my
that's
God.
like
Yeah.
that's like the Jordan documentary. Imagine knowing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
we're gonna win another one this year. Let's just start fucking rolling.
Start shooting.
That's
yeah.
so crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He caught all that. So it's I can't think about anybody else that like.
I know.
Just the criteria for me is where it gets tricky for me.
I think.
What about
I think,
Future?
I think. I don't think Future makes it. I
No.
think Tyler deserves
I agree with
mention. At
Tyler,
least
the
mention.
creator. Tyler gotta be in there.
Yeah, so it's probably
Tyler,
Drake, Baby,
Damn,
Tyler.
I forgot about
Kanye.
Tyler. Wow.
Well, I think we're still discussing between Travis, Tyler, Kendrick. Well, this is his first project in the 2020s.
Yes, I'm
right?
not counting. I'm counting on the influence of it's been 5 years since he's dropped.
Right.
So
Yeah, so it's tough to give him a.
I don't know a lot of
That's
people are
tough.
thinking about like rap skills and all this stuff, but I'm thinking about impact. So yeah, that album was crazy though.
Did you guys
The
like
new one?
That was crazy.
I still haven't listened to it all. Y'all can talk about it.
The production was wild.
It's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, so from what
It's
I have
deep,
heard
man.
of it, it's like, oh man. So, you know how everyone's favorite Kendrick album is "To Pimp a Butterfly"? I would say
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
It's either that or
if you're a Kendrick fan,
Yeah,
yes,
like-
Yeah, that or
yes.
damn.
to me, it's like nowhere close to my favorite.
You heard it?
Yeah, but it's just because of the style of it.
Huh, but how did
I
you
can
hear
appreciate
it? Where
it.
did you hear it? How did you hear it? Like, were you in your living room with the lights all on, right? Like, the colorful lights, and you were chilling, or were you like driving around? Were you on the way to the club?
I listened. No, I
Did you
listened.
ingest part of it?
I listened to it for the first time in my dorm room, alone, because I was in college. And I like Damn. To me, Good Kid, Mad City is like a perfect album.
Absolutely agree with you.
It is a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
There's not a flaw or smudge or stain on it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people feel that way about To Pimp a Butterfly, which is fine. And I can appreciate it.
I agree with
and
you.
I like it. And it's great music.
Yeah.
Yes,
But it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I think Damn is great too.
I think To Pimp a Butterfly, I completely agree. That falls in the category of this last one here.
Yeah. So that's why I bring it up.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, I absolutely agree
So
with you.
from the records that I was listening to, and again, like I have this weird thing of like not being able to shut off the DJ part.
Dude, yep.
We were talking about
We were
this.
talking about this, where
Bro,
I can't really like listen to music without being like, can I play this or not? Versus if it's just good or not.
I said that to Vanessa literally yesterday as I was
Yeah.
driving.
It's kind of like fuck.
Yeah, you gotta kind of shut that off,
Yeah.
man. It's
tough.
hard.
I gotta stop. I'm like, do I
It's
like
real
this
tough.
or is it just something that I know I
I'm
can
sitting
play?
there trying to wait for like I can't. What can I do with this? But like I literally had to dig deep. I had to listen. I've listened to it 3 times all the way through. I feel like it's all of his albums put into one. He did everything. He took a piece of everything, every single album he's dropped, and he's put into one. He's a lot more vulnerable. You learn a lot more about him. He tackles a lot of issues, which he always does, but he's direct on issues that we're dealing with today, as far as cancel culture, as far as homophobia, as far as even dealing with male that go through men that go through sexual assault and keep it a secret. So it's I went in it and I. When you go through something emotional or something like you just drained. I was just drained after.
Dude, it's dense.
because you
It's
just go through
dense.
so much.
It's very poetic, very dense.
It pulls you in and out
Yeah.
so much. And then there's a track called "We Cry Together" where he's like having an argument with a chick, and it's like the argument, like it's all in rhyme, but they're arguing back and forth. That triggered the shit out of me.
I'm not getting emotional.
That triggered the shit out of me. But it's that kind of album. Like, that's what I want for my album. Now back to it's perfect because that goes to my Drake take that I had on the podcast.
Ooh, throwback.
Where I was killed online for it.
Good.
Okay. But I had my reasons. Now I'm going to circle back on that. I want Drake to pull at me emotionally. Not just only because of female drama. He can do it. I know he can. I know he can tap into a place where he can give us something different. And I feel like that is what's going to take him to that place. He's already there. He's one of my favorite artists. My go-tos. I can run any album back to front to back, and I'm listening to it, not skipping a track. I guess I'm just expecting more from Drake. I've heard a lot of the same things from Drake. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I want to get, 808s and Heartbreaks from Drake. I want to get something like that. I'm not saying that specific kind of thing, but whatever it is for him that he's going to innovate and he's going to change, that's what I want from him.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong.
Yeah.
Do you think that?
Wait. So since that initial take, he has released some music. He's had some features. He's had he hasn't released any. He's had shit that's come out.
We spoke about the album and
Certified Lover Boy came out.
That's
That's what it was about.
That's what it was.
But he's had some features he's on the Future record twice. And
a lot of people have said that
he was on Jack Harlow's.
It's been Jack Harlow's album was horrible, by the way.
His album was
sorry,
literally
bro.
first class.
I'm sorry, Jack. I loved it when you were coming up and you was talking about your come up. Whoever picked the beats for your album, I don't know what happened there.
They were mid.
You did really?
They were.
I thought the production was crazy.
I thought it was pretty mid. Churchill Downs is fire.
It is fire.
I'm a production.
I think
There's stuff on there is, but there's as far as a cohesive album. I'm not just talking about certain songs. There wasn't enough songs on there for me to be like, yo, this is a good album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
I agree.
I think that as far as like what I expected for like the bars from him too,
kind of corny.
just
lackluster.
it wasn't there, and I feel like he saved a lot of his best bars for Churchill Downs because he knew
He was with
that Drake was on that, and he didn't want to get washed.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah.
and I tweeted this. I think he is easily the most overhyped dude right now.
Of course.
Like from the shorties, cause he's trying to be like CAMMMY. He got his swag from CAMMMY. Yeah. I'm gonna say that.
Do you think him being white has anything to do with it?
Like I think if a white boy, like I said,
Don't do
CAMMMY,
it.
if a white guy has some swag, like it's different. Like
It's kinda like a
you know what I
leprechaun,
mean?
right?
It's like
It's a
yeah.
leprechaun, right?
It's like and girl starts
It's fucked up.
and girls start seeing it different. No, I'm being dead ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A guy has a little, a white guy has
It's
a little
true.
swag to him. You know what I'm saying?
It's the Eminem effect.
No, I wouldn't say that. I think it's the who am I going to compare it to? I don't know how I'm going to compare it. Like did we see that's what I'm saying? Have we seen a Jack Harlow before? I don't think it's not Eminem, bro. Don't fucking be disrespectful.
You think what happened to Jeezy?
Jeezy's I think a good example.
I like Jeezy.
I think he's a good
I
example.
like Jeezy. Jeezy has some shit. He has some shit, man.
I think his emotional stuff was dope. But wait, hold on. Let me stay on
Yeah.
Jack real quick. The shorties are overhyping him because he has some swag and he's good looking, whatever.
Yeah.
And then so he puts out a song that he knows shorties are gonna like, right? First class. And even the verse, he was so overhyped, and then it ended up being mid. You know what I'm saying?
You don't remember the verses?
I don't listen to them.
Yeah.
No,
It's just-
exactly.
I don't
It's a
play them.
hook.
That was a cheat code.
I only play the hooks.
You took a song. It was it's marketing 101. Let's take a song. The album's coming out, but that's the highlight of the album,
I know.
Yeah.
Yes. Agree, dude. Absolutely agree.
Yeah.
and it's mid.
I
So
know.
what's gonna tell you
Yeah.
about the rest of the project?
Yeah.
I feel like he made a really good album for Jack Harlow fans. If you already like Jack Harlow, you like the album. He didn't win anybody over, and I thought he had a huge opportunity, especially with that First Class record,
Yeah.
to really rise his stock.
Yeah,
I
and
think,
he
dude,
did
I
it,
think it
yeah.
only did like 135 first week.
Yeah, which is which is not bad.
I think his last album did
His
50.
projections were a little higher.
Yeah.
I think it was around.
But he was.
like,
That's what I'm saying. He was riding off a like he had
But
a lot.
that was
of social hype.
a
on
lot
him.
of hype, and I feel like a lot of times too. Sometimes with like artists like that, when they get a lot of hype behind them, the album doesn't really live up to that.
I don't
know if it's a victim of like that expectation of us, or if the album wasn't there.
I don't think the purists were the target for this album. I think it was the suburbia kids of America. And when I said the Eminem effect, I'm talking about like a white America. I feel like that's what they were targeting.
That is an Eminem song, by the way. White America. It is. I'm sorry. I'm just picking
Yo, but that in the urban community wasn't huge, but that in white America was huge. And that's why I talk about the Eminem effect when I'm listening to this album and I'm hearing the corny lines. And I gave it a try.
It wasn't the same kind of corny though. It was corny like he was trying.
Yeah, well, that was
corny.
corny back in the day. So now this obviously can't be. It's in the times, but it was the Jack Harlow time. So it's just that's why I'm like, and he got a New Balance commercial. They're putting money behind him. There's a lot of money going into him. So I don't think he's gonna fall off from that. I don't think that it was for us. I think that that's really the demographic for what they were trying to get to was white America, young.
This is the last thing I want to talk about before we wrap. Just on the Jack Harlow thing, it just popped up. Did you see the was it? It wasn't Breakfast Club. It was Hot 97 interview.
Yes,
where he didn't know who Brandy was, or rather, he didn't know that Brandy and Ray J were siblings in that whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there was a whole backlash on like a lot of mostly black women who were like, there's this guy who's making black music that doesn't know black musical culture or history.
Yeah.
I was kind of torn on it.
He was born the year.
Right.
First of all, a song that was in question that he was trying to do, he was born that year.
What was the song?
Some Angel in My Eyes or something like that.
Okay.
Some Brandy song. It wasn't like her biggest record,
right,
but it was a record that was a cult classic.
Yes.
So
yes,
I'm not mad at him for not knowing that they were brothers. He knows who Brandy is,
and he knows who Ray J is.
But again, like he's in that space where again Did you know that, Cammy?
What's that?
Did that Brandy and Ray J related?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's okay if you didn't.
So he's in that place where people are going to attack him for anything that comes up. That he doesn't know. That's not really something huge for you to attack him about.
I think his age is the big thing.
I was gonna say the age.
Like I'm trying to think like
because we're older than him, right?
He's 24.
He's 24.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
but and I'm trying to think like I'm sure there's some shit from the 80s that are like, oh, you don't know that? Like where I'll be like, yo, bro, I'm a fucking 90s baby. What do you want from me?
So that's why I'm like, nah, bro, like relax. Like you guys are doing too much.
I feel like, being like a white guy in a hip hop culture.
Yeah.
It's just gonna kind of come with it.
Yeah, it's gonna come with it, and I feel like they'll find reasons sometimes.
Nitpicking.
Yeah, and I get it, and I don't think he's out here claiming to be like, I know everything about hip hop.
Right. So that was my thing. I was like, this dude just like clearly likes hip hop music and wanted to make it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
We wanted to be global.
I don't think that means I have to study everything that ever happened in black culture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: it's just like we want it to be global, but then we scrutinize people that want to be a part of the culture. Obviously, come correct, like have respect it.
Yep.
I feel like we was talking about with the younger generation, like people. We was talking about bodega people are not doing their history, they're not doing their research on things, especially DJs. That's why they can't be in certain places. Because they put themselves in the box. So I feel like always, like anyone that's listening, like going into anything, always learn what came before. Try to take a crash course on that. Like, see where it's come from, see where it's going. That's the only way you can see where it's going for me. You respect it more for me. That's just me. Like whenever, like if I'm doing an event, like if I like whatever, if I haven't downloaded like Latin, like deep Latin music in a while. Like I'll live in Latin music for a week to 2 weeks. That's all I'm listening
Obsess over it. Yep.
When I'm making mixtapes, I'm obsessing over it. That's all I'll listen to, just to put my mind in that. It's just that people not putting that hard work into it anymore. especially DJs.
Yes.
Especially DJs. You're not doing that no more. Like the way you guys dig in your crates, you wouldn't tell you guys are your ages. You know what I mean? I'm 32. You know?
God, no, I was kidding.
He loves it.
I still love it. I still love it.
He loves it. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm sorry.
He loves doing that, but it's okay. He's only like,
It's not.
he'll be there soon on his 30th birthday. Oh my
I
god!
know. I know.
Oh my
I think about that all the time.
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna hate it. I'm gonna wake up.
How old are you?
Don't worry about it.
How old are you? 29, right?
No,
Yeah.
I'm 27.
You're 27.
30 shots of tequila on his birthday.
It's coming.
It's no, I know. I'm just joking.
Coming,
I'm
dude.
just joking.
It's coming. But I feel like there is that. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. Just know the basics, man. Just know the basics.
Facts. I agree with you. Everything you said, I agree.
Do your homework. And like even me too, speaking on to your point, like I'll go to gigs. I'll go see other DJs.
Yes.
You know, and I think that's a huge younger DJs. Go look online. Go to different events. Go watch headlining DJs. Go watch Stams. Go watch Snacks.
Yep. I don't give a
watch
fuck.
FINGAZ.
I'm in the back with the Shazam on. I don't care. If I like a song, I'm gonna do that. I don't care. Listen, whatever.
Go to different venues and see how they move.
Get influenced,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Get inspiration from people, from DJs, see what's going on. Like, don't just sit in your box. Don't just think because you swagged out that it's gonna take off for you from there. You're gonna end up being online talking about why am I not in this spot? Why am I not in this spot? Trashing other DJs. Like, just don't do that. Like, practice on your craft, know what you're doing, man, and then sprinkle the glitter on and you good. Now no one can take that away from you. Once you solid and you're grounded, no one can take that shit away from you at all. So it's just like, why are you smirking like that?
What?
Why are you smirking? What's going on in your brain right now? I'm not throwing shade at nobody. I'm talking in general. I'm talking in general. I'm talking in general.
Did I make a face?
No,
I'm
no,
just
actually
cute.
not.
All right. He had that little smirk face.
I have a glisten in my eye. That's why people like
He's
me.
just
That's why girls like me.
he's so happy to be here.
I'm just.
Episode 41?
Episode 41.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
What a great show, guys.
People
I'm
are excited.
Dude, that's
I'm
huge.
excited.
This
People
is
are
a great
excited
show.
as
I'm
well.
excited. Shout
Yeah.
out to everyone who listened to today's episode. So much more coming. If you were here since episode 1, we're at episode 41. But I Know the DJ to the Moon. We got the new team, the new rebrand. Make sure you follow us on @But I Know the DJ on Instagram. Follow Dope Entertainment Official on Instagram. Follow our new co-host, FINGAZ Live, CAMMMY_V with 3 M's.
Yes, sir.
Wow, I'm so good at
That
my
is
job.
good. That
I'm
is
so
good,
good
bro.
at my job.
Well done. Well done.
And of course, follow me at Gimme Snacks on Instagram. This is the first episode back. So excited for the rest of the journey.
Yes.
Any last words, guys?
No, man. Stay tuned, man. This is going to be a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of liquor, all right?
Oh,
a
boy.
lot of arguments. But I love these guys. I have a great deal of respect for these guys. Thank you. And congratulations to you to keeping this going this long. A lot of people start.
Great team.
It's we have a lot of way to go, but I feel like we're going to get there with what we have. And I'm glad I'm doing it with you guys.
Yeah, same here. Happy to be here. Shout out Dope Entertainment.
Shout out Dope.
Let's go, baby.
All right. Thanks, guys. Check in with you guys soon.
Again.